2369, you're a Brunswick AMSMR station. Or something. I got nothing. What's up, guys? Holy. Haven't done anything in a while, so let's do a quick video. Pins are good. Breaking in. One defective one, I don't know where the hell it went. I pulled it at lane 8. You could see like the base and everything was just cut wrong, but I don't know. Strange. A few things. I do have a story to tell. A bowling story. It's going to be the title of this video. This is what bowling is about. We'll get to that. We will get to that, I promise. What else? This week's been kind of interesting. 7. It's not bad, but maybe once a week or something, I get a turn pan jam or pins up top of the turn. It's not the pin gate, so I know it's pins piggybacking and shit. And you can see the butt first pins kind of coming out slower. And I'm sure some of you guys do this. I don't know if you can see. Just got some shins in there underneath the tongue. If you look real close, looks like just a piece of scrap wood and stuff. I would imagine some of you guys do that too. I like to do that before I go bending the tongue on a turn pan. And so far, since I've done that, and I put a bunch of shims on, and you could see, if you look down the line, that turn pan is sitting low compared to any of the other ones. Maybe I could get 8 in the shot also. You could just see it, but apparently that's where it likes to be because the pins are coming out great now. So, maybe a tip. I'm sure a thing that most experienced Brunswick guys already have done many times, but so we'll bend that in shape. But the other thing, really no machine calls and anything crazy, you know, some wall spinning or something stupid. Power lift problems this week, and I gotta get used to this camera. It's very different. This is one of the pairs. I think I went through that power lift up and down. So fine tooth comb, check the tires, the V roller at the bottom, whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't know. The V. It has a V in the tire, like 90% of them do. The V at the bottom, tire on top. It's perfect. Anyway, those are great. Belt is good. The HOLLYYY serpentine belt on the side, whatever you want to call it. That's all good. I believe there's something in the subway. I started checking the track and everything. I can't see anything. We'll get to this. We'll get to this, I promise. There's more to this story. Hear me out. The other one was today, 3 and 4. They said they had problems with it. And it was a high school match. They had problems with it stalling with balls up top. Blah, blah, blah. I came in, of course it didn't do it while I was here. Why would it? It never does. So, you know, I'm ready to rock. All right, let's do this. And I'm great wrenches and sockets and the belt off the wall. I'm coming up front. Well, come to find out, once I look close, I checked everything again. The tires, the V, the tires, the drive belt, blah, blah, blah. Well, the drive belt was actually rubbing against the side of the top roller, the big roller, and the frame, so what the fuck is going on here? Like, you could see, like, I could make it walk away, and there's a little, not terrible, but a little burn spot in the belt, I guess, from where it was slipping, and, so I looked down, I checked the motor and everything, and the little pulley for the HOLLYYY on the motor at the bottom had actually shifted, or no, it didn't shift, the belt shifted off of it, and to be aligned, that pulley is sitting actually pretty close to the right, away from the frame, so there is a gap there, and that's what the belt was in. Because you could just see it would just hop and track over. So I'm like, oh, okay. I just kind of took some of the tension off and I put it around the motor pulley, and it's I haven't had anything on it. By the way, it's freezing. Yes, I have my jacket on. And the heaters are on full blare, and I'm not usually cold. It is fucking cold back here. The wind just cuts through the back. I don't know what it is. So anyway, that's the story with 3 and 4. They've been great. I mean, hey. There's wood. Here we go. Knock on wood, right? Good to go. All night. So I'll spend another 5 minutes putting everything away that I tore out and brought up from me. Try to get you guys some music while I talk down here. Plus the heater. And right here. Yeah, it's not too terrible. Is it turd in the shot? Maybe. Something? Come on. Fine. Fine. Holy. Ugh. We'll go up top. Alright, so story time. 7 and 8. Tuesday night. 3 times. Just balls right at the power lift. Not in them, blah, blah, blah. One was illegal. It was the same ball every time. So I said, alright, maybe it's not gripping. So all I did was take a chamois and wipe it off, and it was fine the rest of the night. So I said, okay, you know, we're home free. And no calls. We get all the lanes back going with the college kids again, because it's college night. Yada yada yada. We're up at the desk. 3 of us just bullshitting. Machines are running good. I had 1 ball return. And we're just chilling, and they said there was a ball on 7 and 8. I go in the back, there's no ball, and I'm like, fuck, man. They're not balling, which is surprising. So I go up front, and sure as shit. And this time it was a storm. I could see the little fucking the CG that looks like a hurricane or whatever. So I knew it was, it was a decent ball. I couldn't tell what the hell it was. I'm thinking like a phase 2 or DNA or something. It was a decent ball. It wasn't a house ball or a piece of shit. Sure enough, the kid comes up like 5 minutes later, and he's like, dude, my ball got fucked up. And I'm like, alright, well, what's going on, man? Let me see. So I see it, and there's like three scratches, maybe the width of my finger, and just pretty shallow, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he was super, I felt so bad for this guy, I really did. I'll get to the story. Like when I said, this is what bowling is all about, I'll get to that, I promise, I swear. Anyway, this poor kid, I don't know why I got down. This poor kid, he just got this ball, like, it's been a few months. He said he had just bought it, I could tell it was new. And he's all bummed. And I'm like, no, dude, don't worry about it. I said, we'll fix it up for you, no problem, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, really? Like, for free? I'm like, oh, absolutely. If our stuff damages your equipment, we'll absolutely fix it for free. It's not a problem. And he goes, yeah, well, the thing is, like, I've had it a couple months, and I fucking hate this ball. I spent good money on it, and I can't fucking stand it. And I'm like, well, what's going on? What's wrong? What's it doing? He's like, I can't keep it on the right side of the lane. It just fucking hooks, blah, blah, blah. And there's a fresh face, too. He's a two-hander, no thumb, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Now, finally, after 9 minutes, we're getting into this is what bowling is all about portion of our video. I'm like, all right, let me go down back, I'll clean it up, and let me see what I can do for you. There's no reason you should hate this ball. So I did, I cleaned up the damaged area, sanded it down a little bit, made it look, not as noticed. Fresh marks always look terrible. They look, because there's the dust, they're so white and everything. So I cleaned that up. No, it wasn't perfect, but he was fine with it. So I took the ball, put it on the spinner. I drowned it in polish. Ground it in on slow, put it on. I made that fucking phase 2 like a marble. It looked like a phase 2 pro when I was done, I swear to God. So I I was being lazy, of course, in the pro shop. So I walked down to 7 and 8, and I just sent it up to the machine. And I was gonna go up and talk to the kid, obviously, and let him know, blah blah blah. And it's all the way on the back of the bar. He's like, dude, I saw the ball come up. It didn't even look like, I had no idea it was my ball. Nobody knew whose it was. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, I just took it. Like, throw a shot for me. Let's see what it does. You know what I mean? I said, there's no reason that you have a brand new ball, you spent money on it, and you hate it. That's fucked up. I said, let's make something happen here. So he threw it, and he went beak, he went face, like 3, 6, 10. But I'm like, all right, we can adjust off that. He wasn't standing way left or anything crazy. I'm like, yeah, move your feet a couple of boards left, dude. A couple inches where you're standing, and throw it the same way. You'll be good to go. So, we were just talking. I was telling him about my bowling and, what I kind of do here. Extra hands, the mechanic, the pro shop, mainland mechanic. For whatever reason, my brain apparently understands these machines. And, he's a nice kid, man. I really did. My heart went out to this kid. He hated the fucking ball. It got damaged. And so he goes up to throw the next shot. He moves a little left, and he goes fucking blower 7-10 on a great shot. And I'm like, dude, listen, I've bowled for almost 30 fucking years. Listen to me. It wasn't that bad a shot. That was not your fault. And we started to fill up, so they had to get off the lane, and we were able to put them back on another lane. And it hooked a little bit less. I know he was on 8 and we put him on 9. The 8 hooks the most in the house, and 9's pretty tight. So when they started, I went down and I just said, it's a different lane. I explained, like, in simple man's terms, topography and how each lane is different, and finding 2 lanes that play exactly the same as a needle in a fucking haystack, blah blah blah. So yeah, I was like, just move your feet like maybe 3 inches right, and you should be good to go. And he was, at the end of the game, I didn't get to see all of it because I had to work. Like 5 pins maybe from his high game ever. He started with the front 4, and I mean, he was happy as a pig in shit. And I'm like, he goes, what do I owe you, dude? I'm like, nothing. You don't owe me anything. I said, you bought the ball here. I wish you said something earlier. I know we drilled it. And as the title of the video will express, that is what bowling is all about. Not this fucking bolero bullshit, putting pins on strings, milking every penny out of every person. Just fucking stop. For the love of Christ, stop. I lived for 10 years eating 1 meal a day. You don't have to fucking pinch every fucking penny out of people. And that kid and his group, they're in here all the time. The regulars, like, they want to learn how to bowl. They like it. They come in, they have a few drinks to relax, but they're not here to drink. They're here to bowl and relax while they bowl. So I gave a couple of them a couple pointers, and they fucking loved it. I mean, I see them all the time, And to be Mr. fucking redundant, that's what bowling is all about. Okay, I'm done ranting. But it was a super cool story. I felt so bad for that kid. I really did. He hit me right in the feels. Holy. And I'm just glad I was able to help him. He said he loved it. He said it was like a completely different ball. And I said, anybody can put a ball in a spinner and polish it up. It's a game of knowledge. It always has been. So there's my story. Everything's been quiet tonight. It's, I don't know, 8:30 maybe? Can I see while I'm doing this? Probably not. What did I do? Sorry. I think it's like 8:30. I haven't had a single call yet. I know I shouldn't have said that, even knocking wood, but yeah. I guess it's the week of power lifts up front and ball work, because that's really all I've done all week. Plug balls, cut balls, clean them up. The machines have been really, really good. And, yeah, that's about it for me. This has been great since I put that shim in there. probably end up finally bending that tongue, because that's where, like, and you can see, compared to the other ones, that turn fan is down, but it's happy there, so wherever it's happy, I'm happy. And yeah, that's about it. Another fucking 15-minute video of me rambling. Holy. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Questions, comments, whatever, drop them, hit me up, all good, and I'll catch you soon. Later.